Okay, let's start. So this is the last topic for finals, which is the basic elements of Cheerdance. Last week, we already discussed your first element, which is the basic arm motion for the intermediate. And then we go for the broken T motion, for T motion. Other than that, we also have your high V, the low V. And now we go with the jumps. So the jumps are considered range from simple to quick jumps to more complex contortions. There are also jumps that are used at sporting events as well as cheerleading competitions. So it's not only focused on the cheer dance, it's also applicable or applied in any genre of dance, even for sports. For example, in terms of your high jump and long jump in the athletics event. Other than that, in the terms of or other genre of dances, we have the jazz, the pop dance, the hip hop, forms of socio-cultural forms of dance. For example, your folk dance, mga ganyan. Social and ballroom dances, pasok din ang jumps natin. The only difference that on the execution of a jumps, doon lang nagkakaroon ng pagkakaiba ng interpretation base dun sa genre ng sayaw. Parang sa kanta. Sa kanta, we have a folk song, we have also country music, we have a pop music, yan. Depende on the use of the skills. So there are certain jumps that you will see from squad to squad, state to state, and even country to country. And with those some kinds or types of jumps, they have in common. Okay, for example, in the um, performing or performance of your Herky jump or kaya yung hurdle that is widely used in terms of the athletic events. Tawag doon ay hurdling or hurdler. And that is the same movements or same motion that we use in your jumpings in cheerleading. So the different coaches may have different names for these jumps. They're all executed the same way. For example, in terms of the um, movements in folk dance, just like the kumintang. The kumintang is the movement of the wrist. Okay. Other than that, arms in lateral position, hapay, bilao. Ayan, those are more of the terminologies used in your Filipino folk dance. In terms of the cheerleading jumps, it's also associated with the name or last name. Kung sino nakadiscover, kung sino ang call this one, ang unang gumawa o kaya um, this activity or this skill made popular by some kind of athlete or some person na kasali sa isang gymnastic event. For example, we have the Herky. The Herky is associated with the name of, I forgot the name, but later on we're going to discuss that one. So they're also considered as a form of jump, even though that they have the different name. And when it comes to the skills or routine being showed up, dun lang nakikita na even though they have the different names or different terminologies used for that skill or routine, they have the same movements or same execution of the movements. First one that we have here is what they call your spread eagle. So for spread eagle, this is probably one of the most basic jumps you learn. This is often the first jump that cheerleaders learn or that younger squads use. The arms are in high V and legs go out, but knees face forward and not towards the sky. In terms of the spread eagle, you just need to raise both of your hands, forming a letter V, which we have here is the distance from the head going to the forearm. In terms of the legs, it should be wide enough, pero hindi naman siya papunta dun sa split. Okay? It's either a forward split or full split. Wala siya sa ganoong category. And this one is the most basic form of jumps that you're going to perform in terms of newbie o kaya bagong pasok pa lang sa larangan ng gymnastic. And the spread eagle is commonly used in terms of the succession from one person down to the last person. Example, you go for a diagonal position or diagonal line or formation. Other than that, the spread eagle is also used in terms of the tossing of the cheerleaders, especially when it comes to again for the succession. Example, you go for 5 person. For that 5 person, they're holding one cheerleader or cheer dancer each, which is a female. Kasi most usually naman, ang tinataas at ang binabato nadalas sa ere would be a female. In terms of the toe touch, which is number 2, This is probably one of the most common jumps, and the toe touch is fairly easy to perform. The arms in a letter T position and legs are in high V, with knees pointing towards the sky or even backward a bit. Your hands will not touch your toes despite the name. So, hindi naman siya sobrang literal na kailangan talagang dapisan o kaya tapikin ang mismong toes o daliri ng paa with your hands. In this picture, we just need to form that letter T motion with the arms, and then not exactly touching the toes, pero kailangan mayroong closer distance or less distance with the toes with your pom-poms or with your hands. So in this toe touch, if you're going to see the side view of this skill or routine, okay, pag nasa side view siya, you will also notice that the butt, okay, yung part ng puwet ay nakausli palikod. So ang nangyayari niyan, in order for the athlete make a toe touch, kailangan medyo naka-lean forward yung part ng torso o yung part ng breast. So parang nakaganito siya. Ganyan. So mas malapit sa may um, audience o sa forward layer natin para magkaroon ng touching of the toes. Kasi kung mangyayari is naka-stiff o naka-fixed position yung upper extremities niya from the head down to the hips, that will go for a high V kasi hindi masyadong may spread yung leg. But for this one, the toe touch this is commonly used also in what we call your front split. So the front split is this one. Okay. The difference between the front split and full split is that on the front split, of course, nakaharap ka. Okay, your torso is facing forward. And then your legs, ayan, kailangan your knee is pointing upward. While in your forward split, sa forward split kasi magkaiba ang direction ng paa. Yung isa, your one leg should be extended forward, pero kailangan yung extended forward is yung knee o yung tuhod is pointing upward. In terms of the extended leg backward, kailangan yung tuhod mo naman ay nakadikit o malapit sa mismong floor surface. So that is the difference between the full split and the half split. For front split, both of your knees should be pointing upward. In terms of the full split, one leg extended forward, the other leg extended backward, and then for extended leg forward, your knees is pointing upward. And then the other leg that is extended backward, your knee should be pointing downward. Let's go back with. So we're done with toe touch. We'll go with number 3, which is the tuck. So the tuck, this is a jump that is seen sometimes in competition, and legs are in front and the knees are tucked into the chest and hands are to the sides, forming a letter T. So in terms of the tuck, okay, parang sa word na tuck in. Okay, pag sinabing tucking, kung masyadong mahabang laylay ng damit mo, ipapasok mo yun sa pants mo o kaya sa trouser mo para hindi masyadong maluwang. So in terms of the tuck, same movements or same motion that you're going to perform or to make a motion. In terms of the arms kasi, okay lang naman. That's why I already presented 2 pictures here with a different motion of the arms. Pwedeng naka-high V, pwedeng naka-letter T position, or pwedeng naka-arms forward. Okay? But the most important part of here, in order for your routine or your jump to be called as a tuck, ay kailangan nagmumula sa leg. Okay? The leg is the most important here. That's why I disregard pointing out na kailangan naka-letter T talaga o kaya it should be specific na kailangan naka-broken T. Any arm motion could also add with the motion of the leg or the movement of the leg. Basta importante, when you're doing the tuck, your knees should be close with the distance of your chest. Okay, sa part ng torso. Other than that, in terms of the extension of the arms forward o kaya raising of your both arms forming a letter B, okay lang yan. Walang bearing doon. Pero yung iba, ang ginagawa nila, kasi when it comes to the motion of the arms and the legs, kung nag-flex yung paa, tapos yung kamay ay nagkaroon ng extension on a straightening movement, nagkakaroon ng confusion minsan sa isang athlete, lalo na kung walang control sa kanyang katawan. Ngayon, ang ginagawa nila para mas mabilis yung ang pagkatuto and ah, para matapos agad yung routine, they also use the motion of the leg, okay, with the motion of the arms. For example, naka-flex yung paa and then dun sa part naman ng arms, naka-flex din. So, we're using the broken T. So, habang siya ay naka-flex, okay, ang kanyang tuhod ay malapit sa part ng chest of torso, we need also to use or to perform the broken T, which is this way. Okay? The tuck is also used in terms of swimming. Kung hindi mo alam mag-float, okay, ito yung ginagawa ng iba para makasurvive sila. Example, hindi mo alam kung paano threading, o kaya hindi mo alam na o wala kang any materials to utilize. Example, yung styrofoam, wala ka ring mineral bottle or jug na pwedeng kunin na pwede mong sagpangan o kaya patungan para hindi ka malunod. So, we're using the tack. Sa tack sa swimming, ganito siya. So, you need to flex both of your legs forward. Parehas lang din siya. Taas mo lang siyang ganyan. Tapos, akap ka dito. Akapin mo yung tuhod mo. And then, yumuko ka. Okay? The only disadvantage of doing that is hindi nakikita or nakasubmerge yung mukha mo sa tubig o sa pool area. Yun naman yung disadvantage. So, kailangan mong huminga ulit. And after that, you do the top. And probably in terms of doing the tuck and swimming, ang nakikita lang sa'yo kapag meron mga dumadaan ng mga boat o kaya meron ng mga rescue guard, mga ganyan, or rescue personnel, that would be your back part. Okay, sa likod lang yung nakikita nila. Depende kung um, we're going to form the tack in terms of swimming or in terms of cheer dancing. Next we have here is your right or left hurdle or hurdler. The hurdler is really nice looking jump that creates the appearance of a stunt. One leg will be in toe touch position while knee pointing towards the sky, while the other leg is bent and knee pointing down. So in terms of the right or left hurdle, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na this is also used or associated with the call this one track events in athletic, okay, specifically in hurdle. So tinawag siyang hurdle, it is because, okay, let's go to Google. Ang tawag dito sa fence na ito, either it's made of, nakikita nyo ba? Nakita nyo?
Yes po.
Okay. So this one is what they call the hurdle. The hurdle is an event in athletic games wherein kailangan nilang lagpasan ang bawat fence in order for them to go into the finish line. So ito ay hurdle mismo. This equipment is named hurdle. So in terms of this one, pwedeng gawa sa plastic, pwede rin made of iron, yung iba naman made of wood. So yung iba, they're very creative. This is made of bamboo. So in terms of the hurdle, you need to pass over a crossbar in order to go to a finish line. So if you're going to notice, in terms of the, balik tayo ito, the right or left hurdle, yung isang paa, it should be extended forward. And then yung isang paa should be extended or bent backward. In terms of the hurdle or position of the athlete over the crossbar, parehas na parehas. Okay? So, dun lang kinuha yan. So, we go here, extension of the legs. The knee is pointing upward. And then, this is the bended leg. Tapos, yung tuhod niya is pointing downward. So, same motion. So, that will go for the right or left hurdle. In terms of the arms, kailangan extend siya, pwedeng forming a letter T motion para magkaroon din ng parang toe touch lang din. The only difference is that your one leg should be bent backward. Next that we have here is your pike. So pike, anyone who's ever been in gymnastic class is familiar with the term pike. This simply means that your feet are pointed straight out parallel with the ground and with the toes pointed, and arms are straight in front reaching towards toes, hands are in a fist. So in terms of the pike, kung meron na kayo napanood sa TikTok, okay, for two people na nasa video, yung isa, siya yung sumipa, yung isa, siya naman yung tumalsik. On this part, ito yung part na tumalsik siya. So example, let's say na lang na parang sinipa yung sa part ng tiyan niya o kaya sinuntok siya, this will be a form or emotion wherein that will be the result ng kanyang ginawa. So the pike is, the movement here ay palikod. So kailangan may exact spaces with the person who is in front of you at saka yung nasa likod. Kasi emotion natin ay palikod. So ang mag-a-adjust ay yung mga nasa likod ng mga members. Hindi yung mga nasa harap kasi hindi nila nakikita kung tatama sila sa likod. So the pike is similar with what they call the tight pike position. Dun sa sinend kong module, kita niyo dyan, that will go for the sitting position, that is a tight pike position, wherein kailangan yung leg should be magkadikit. Then after that, you try to reach your forehead, okay? Reaching the forehead down to your sa knee. Kailangan magkadikit o magkaroon ng konting space lang between the forehead o sa noo with your knee. And then yung kamay hawak lang sa mga daliri ng paa. So that's same with the movements or motion of your pike. So, parang siya sa toe touch kanina. Sabi ko sa toe touch, there should be a forward movement of the torso in sa part ng breast. So, pag nag-side view siya, ganito yung kanyang kalalabasan. The only difference that yung leg natin sa toe touch ay parang split, okay? Instead of moving it forward, extending it forward with your legs. Now we go with the pike out. So the pike out is a combination of two movements or two motions at the same time. Number one is your pike, and then after that, you do your toe touch. So ibig sabihin, dalawang beses kang dapat mag-perform or you need two movements performing at the same time or simultaneously while you are into the air. So ito yung tinatawag nating mga somersaults or any activities that is related with air. So from this position, kailangan mong tumalon patalikod doing the pike. So ito muna yung gagawin mo. And after you do the pike, you go for the toe touch. And then for toe touch, you go for the landing. So you need to have a quick reflexes here in terms of doing such movements na hindi talaga nakukuha ng agad-agad. Pwedeng isang araw o kaya ng isang linggo. And you need to take off this one seriously because this will also go for more level of your visual appearance when it comes to your performance. Mas nakadagdag din ng ganda. Next, we have here is your Herky. So Herky is associated with the founder of the National Cheerleading Association, or what they call the NCA, which is si Lawrence Herkimer. So one leg in toe touch formation on the other bent with knee facing downward. Arms to the opposite of what the legs are doing in a letter T. So if the right leg is bent, the right arm is straight and vice versa. So the Herky, pansin nyo, parehas sila ng hurdle. Okay? Isang paa extended, yung isang paa nakabaluktot. Ito naman, for your Herky, same movement. The only difference that when you already extended your right leg, left leg kasi nandito sa picture. When you already extended your left leg, kailangan yung kamay naman ay nakabend. Okay, so vice versa. On the other leg, sa kanyang kanang paa, nakabend siya. Pero sa kanyang kanang kamay, dapat straight. So that is the difference between the Herky and with your hurdle. Sa right or left hurdle natin, the arm should be extended sideward, okay? Pointing or reaching the toes. In terms of the Herky, kapag extended ang paa, dapat yung kamay ay naka-bend. So vice versa with the other leg. Next, we have here is your DoubleNine. For DoubleNine, it's a complicated jump but not difficult to perform once this is learned. It's very similar to the pike jump, but one arm and one leg are both to leave the appearance of two number nines. Even though that hindi masyadong kamukha ng number 9 talaga ang DoubleNine or the motion of the arms and even the further legs, doon pa rin siya kinuha para mas madali siyang matandaan and they have the same name na they're going to be familiar with that motion. So for the DoubleNine, ganyan lang siya. Alam niyo yung mga bata pa kayo o pag ginagawa nyo rin, when you are playing outdoors, or outside of your home. Tapos ganito yung hawakan. And then kailangan merong reyna-reyna o kaya merong kasama na kailangan umupo. So that it will serve as the foundation ng isang upuan. And that is what they call your double nine. The double nine is same with the movement of your pike. Okay, parehas lang sila na patalikod. The only difference is that when you do the pike, extended both of the arms and both of the legs. Pag dito naman sa double nine, isa lang extended and the other one should be bent. And that is the some basic jumps in terms of the Cheerdance. Okay, what does it take to be a good jumper? Number one is flexibility. Most cheerleading jumps require flexibility, and for example, consider a toe touch jump. A cheerleader must be able to do the splits in the air and touch her toes. In fact, there are several jumps that require touching toes, such as the pike, the herky, and the hurdle, in order to reach the positions quickly, and you must be flexible. In terms of the discussion from prelim topic, we discussed the importance of the flexibility side on the skills or the PFT for an athlete, kasi this will also give you na para hindi magkaroon ng stress, especially on the muscle. Okay, so being flexible is giving you a uh, wide or maximum capacity in terms of doing a task or doing a skill. Kasi pag hindi ka flexible when it comes to a skill or routine, we are into a long run o yung pangmatagalan na epekto. Kung saan, even though that you already perform a skill or motion during a routine, pero after 2 days or 3 days ganyan, biglang sumakit. Yun ang iniwasan natin na magkaroon ng mas mahabang epekto o kaya late na epekto yung isang skill or routine na perform o ginawa without proper warm-up or without proper preparation in terms of being flexible. For some people, they're very blessed because they can also fit into a luggage. Pwede silang pumasok sa isang maleta. Tapos saktong-sakto, pwede pang isara. And other than that, for some people, they can also shift from a vertical position. Tapos pwede silang maging circle. Ayan. They're very flexible. And in terms of that one, we're also considering two factors. Number one is the age. So pag 18 years old and above, that would be the type or that would be the time wherein masyado nang mahirap para sa isang teacher, even for the athlete, to give more or be more flexible in terms of a specific sports or specific type of dances. Mahirap siyang ituro kasi nga medyo matigas na ang mga buto ng mga bata from 18 years old and above. That's why for some parents na meron mga nasa kindergarten, even for elementary, they already enrolling their children sa mga gymnastic class, na ganyan. So that would be such a good example for them na makita o maboost pa yung level of flexibility ng kanilang mga anak. Next we have here is the timing. In terms of the timing kasi, especially when you are using a musical background o kaya may instrumental man yan o kaya lyrical na music na sinasabayan mo ang tugtog, in terms of the motion o sa mga movements natin, kailangan sumabay sa music, especially if you have some sound effects, yung mga tones na kung saan parang may sumabog o kaya parang may quitties o may fountain, then fireworks dun sa dulo, twirling, ganyan. Mostly nilalagay sila sa mga stand katulad ng pag-toss ng ibang cheerleaders natin. Iba naman, they also do this for a succession in the jumps. Laging ginagawa to. So, kailangan pasok dun sa rhythm natin o dun sa beat ng music natin. Kasi kung hindi pasok sa beat ng music, there will also some instances na magiging confused yung audience natin kasi hindi sabay yung tugtog sa kanilang sayaw. So, merong diferensya. It's either nag-adjust yung music or hindi. Nag-adjust yung dancer o kaya hindi sila nag-adjust dun sa mismong music. Next one is the muscle. So, of course, the muscle would be associated with the flexibility side because the muscle is the attachment of, the bone is the attachment of the muscle. Next, we have here on the next slide, we're going to have more of the pictures and videos for the kick and splits for the leaps and turns. There are no more discussion here for the kick and splits. Number one is the front kick. Number two is the side kick. We have here the fan kick. Let's open this link. The half split. Ang half split natin is same with the hurdle kanina. Okay, parehas lang sila. Extended yung isa ay nakabend. Okay? Same movement yan. Just like this one. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay, the full split, we're already done with this. The front split, let's go with the lips. Let's open this link and the side lip. And then lastly, the turns. Okay, so that's the end of your final topic for the elements, types, and basic movements in Cheerdance. Let's watch these videos before you go with your last graded demonstration. Okay. First up, we have here is your fan kick.
Start with the fondue tendu, and you go tombe, chaîné, fan kick. Fan kicks can be on releve in either 4-starch with a fondue or with a stretched leg. You can do them with a piqué as well. Let me show you the piqué. So that's a tombe, and then you step up on the left leg with a straight piqué leg, and you go tombe up and around. So that's a fan kick. Important with fan kicks is that the kick starts all the way to one corner and then fans all the way around. That's why they call it a fan kick. A lot of times when they're done incorrectly, you start them low and then go high to the diagonal, and that is not right. You need to go from the one corner as high as you can go to the other corner as high as you can go in a nice fan position. Again, nice and slow, broken down. You start with a tombe, bent knee. You can either do parallel or piqué. We're doing parallel right now with bent knees. Then you push up to the left leg releve as you push off your right foot into the battement to the quasi position. And you push up and around. The arms lengthen up through the body, high fifth, open a second, twist around. The core is elongated. Let's try left. Some people are a little stronger on the left. And down, down, push up and around. Good. Down, down, up, and down. Try to really work on the extension, lifting up and around with your students. That will help the beauty of the step. And now consecutively, 2 in a row. This is great for across the floor exercises. Down, down, fan, down, down, fan. Now let me show you with the piqué. Down, piqué, fan, down, piqué, fan.
Okay, next we have the turns.
Welcome to the jungle!
Okay, so that's it. We're done with all the topics for finals.